Journey in search for wellness, a key to wellness. What is wellness? Wellness is the good and efficient working of our body systems and the soul to keep us from disease, to give us energy, joy, power to handle challenges, empower us to drive our lives forwards despite setbacks, and motivation to roll out the potential in us. Wellness is not automatic. It deteriorates with time if abused or not nurtured. It is an individual and family responsibility. Journey in Search for Wellness is prepared and brought to you by Eden Cellular Wellness Solutions. Wellness is not automatic. In these modern times, we are getting surprised, we are getting shocked because we go about our lives. We eat, we drink, we go about our activities, but we realize that as time goes on, our body wellness is deteriorating. Our body wellness is deteriorating. And slowly you find that things that people used to do, things that a person used to do, is no longer able or can no longer remember, or it has no motivation anymore, or cannot raise the desire and passion to do that thing or that work anymore. Wellness deteriorates with time if abused or not nurtured. So, in a journey in search for wellness, is really an endeavor, is an endeavor for every person, young or small. When children are growing up, it is something that they need to know that they have to take care of their own wellness. Because the life that we have, the body that God has given us, its health and power and potential, the potential of the soul, the potential of the body and the soul put together is such a blessing, is such an investment that we can no longer take for granted. We are living in an age of industrialization where people are busy, people have no time, people have to go to work. And most time you find that people have no time to look for healthy foods or to do exercise. You find that people reach home so late and they have to eat their meals very late. It is a time of great distress, a time of great pressure. And all this pressure in an individual life, even with the young people, even with the students in school, is overburdening the wellness of our being big time. So our search for wellness is a journey. It's a worthwhile journey, worth investing time in, and also money to look for information, to educate oneself and equip oneself. In our journey in search for wellness, for every person to be empowered to make a step forward every moment, every day, we will have to learn keys that unlock the doors to our wellness solutions. We are required to learn some things and inculcate some skills and change our way of doing things one step after another, one step after another. It is not something that can happen within a short time. For example, if I want to reduce my weight, it is a slow process. And according to my own experience, I have seen that over the years, as I have learned something new, I have inculcated it in my life. I have seen changes and improvements taking place slowly by slowly. So a key to wellness unlocks a door to find wellness solutions. If one asks a group of people about their body wellness, each may give varied experiences. Some may express how unwell they have been because of this and that. But really, they cannot say that anything was found after the tests were done. In the general population, you find that people are having wellness problems and are unable and are not able to live and work in their optimal best. A human being is a human system, is the body of flesh and blood, and there is a soul who we got from our Father God. And so the life of a human being is a system that joins the physical body and the supernatural soul. And it is a very complex body. You find that many times we go complaining to the doctors because we are having this problem here and there. And examinations, expensive examinations are done, but nothing is ever found. Nothing is ever found organically. There is no equipment at times that are able to identify the problem in our body system. But because a human being is a system made of the physical body and the soul, it becomes so complex. It becomes so complex. And the two entities working together in harmony give us incredible power to do the things we need to do, to live our lives and be victorious, and to roll the potential and carry out the missions that God intended each one of us to perform. And it is an issue problem. It's a major problem. Wellness now is a major problem. Whether it is the young people or the old people, it is a big problem all over the world. Nutrition and medical researchers have confirmed that modern degenerative diseases originate from inefficiency of chemical work in the cells, otherwise known as metabolism. We have mentioned something here, modern degenerative diseases. Modern degenerative diseases. These are diseases that are causing havoc in the society. These are diseases that have become so expensive to treat. These are diseases that have challenged the medical profession big time. You find that many people in the population may not even have the money to pay for these sicknesses. Sicknesses like heart disease, cholesterol, high blood pressure, allergies, cancer, arthritis. All these are diseases which come about because of changes which take place inside the body system. And because the efficiency of the body deteriorates with time, like we have said, unless it is nurtured. What happens with time is that we start experiencing the onset of these degenerative diseases. They are degenerative diseases because of the failure of inefficiency in the cells and the body reaction systems. And we have said here, they originate from inefficiency of chemical work in the cells, otherwise known as metabolism. Metabolism is the chemical work, or call it biochemical work, that takes place in our cells. And it is the one which is responsible of sustaining life and generating longevity, generating energy, generating growth. Metabolism is the center of wellness. Metabolism is the center of wellness. And so with a lot of research, especially directed by researchers to solve the modern challenges of health, it is now clear that these degenerative diseases originate from inside. Not all of them come because of viruses or bacteria, but they even when somebody has kept themselves in hygienic conditions, these diseases will generate within the body because they come because of the inefficiency of the biochemical work, the work of bioactive substances which are inside the cells. The cells in the bodies are full of millions and trillions of bioactive substances called biochemicals. However, this research has also brought us good news. This research has also brought us good news in that many of the things people experience can be reversed by changing habits in lifestyle and diet. Good news is that every person can prevent these diseases by changing habits in lifestyle and diet. And from what we have spoken there before, what we have mentioned there before, that if you are doing a research and you came across a group of people, or even in a research survey of a certain number of population, you find that people will express different experiences of how their body has been behaving. And this is why we are saying here that everyone has experienced how the body responds in some instances. Our bodies respond in very strange ways, and at times we are not even able to master so that we know what is wrong. And at times it is not issues that require medication. For example, one may experience headaches, migraines, fatigue, lethargy, pains here and there. Some also, many times, many have experienced legs that refuse to walk. You hear somebody say that I was walking and I fell down. The legs just refuse to walk. Gassing in the abdomen, cravings and addictions, discomforts that cannot be diagnosed, and so on. There are so many experiences that people have on day-to-day basis. And most of the times, even when they go for diagnosis, nothing is found. We are saying that this is a language that the body speaks. All these experiences or kind of, it's symptoms. It's symptoms that manifest themselves in our bodies. It is a language that the body speaks to us, that something is not quite correct. You may not have a disease, underlying disease, but there is something that is not quite correct. This is a language that the body speaks. However, we do not understand this, and most people end up hooked to medication, and usually tests show no sickness. We find that someone could live with headaches, dizziness. You find you are dizzy all the time, and people just medicating themselves, and every time one takes a medication. But as again, when they decide to go and be tested, they find that nothing is being found. They are told there is no sickness. That is not to say that every time that you have these experiences, you have pain and headaches, that doesn't mean that there is no disease. But you find that in the greatest percentage of population, or a certain percentage of population with these experiences, you go to be diagnosed and they find there is no sickness. Many times I have gone to the doctor myself with so many challenges and feeling I'm so sick, and they test and do tests and do tests and they find nothing, and they give me no medication. They only give me painkillers, and I feel that I wasted a lot of money. I should have just gone and bought a painkiller. But again, I also become happy because I realize that I'm not sick after all, and that symptom is representing something else. It is speaking another language. The only diagnosis that one carries home is that you have no problem and no disease has been found. So we are saying that such as these body reactions, these symptoms, this behavior of the body indicate that something is not quite balanced. You see, there will not be any disease, not all the time there will be a disease, because when you go, you are told that a test shows no disease. There is nothing that can be picked. You have no malaria. You think you have malaria. You have been taking malaria drugs. You think you have typhoid. You have been medicating yourself on typhoid drugs. But when they go and test there, they find there is no typhoid. There is no amoeba. And maybe it's a body imbalance. It's an imbalance in the digestive system. It's an imbalance in the nutrients. So such as these body reactions indicate that something is not quite balanced at bioactive substances and cell reactions level. Here we are mentioning something called bioactive substances. Bioactive substances. I am holding myself from using very big words like biochemicals, biomolecules. I'm trying to look for words which are day-to-day words that we can use. Bioactive substances, also called nutrients. And also, we are talking something else here called cell reactions. We say that our bodies have got trillions and trillions, almost 100 trillions of cells. Our organs are made of cells. Cells are the building blocks of our organs. For example, the liver. The liver is made up by many units of cells, many units which form the shape of the liver. If it is the pancreas, it is also made by a set number of cells, which all of them do the same work that the pancreas does. And so every organ is made up of these cell units, and every organ has got its own function or it does different kinds of work. And so these cells are able to do different kind of work depending on what is inside of them. So in the cells, there are reactions that are taking place all the time. For those who did some chemistry in high school, you understand what these reactions are. Reactions are when different substances come together and interact with each other and form a different kind of substance. A simple one is when, for example, sodium, when it reacts with water, a metal called sodium, when you put it in water, it reacts with water and forms something called sodium hydroxide, and hydrogen releases another compound called hydrogen. So similar reactions take place in our cells, where different nutrients react with other substances, and they form other bigger forms of substances. Like amino acids are joined together to form bigger and bigger proteins to make the alimentary canal. The body needs many amino acids joined together to make the proteins that make up the alimentary canal. And so that is what we are saying, that in the cell there are reactions which are taking place. We are also talking about active substances, also known as nutrients, which react together in the cells to form different things. And as we said, this is the work, chemical work, which happen in the cells, which is called metabolism. And we say that this metabolism is the center of wellness. Wellness is generated from that center. And so it is important for us to grasp the importance of nutrients and where nutrients go and where they are used, and how the nutrients give you wellness. And we say that wellness is not automatic. It is not automatic. When we fail to understand that we must nurture it, it slowly deteriorates, and we find that we have started falling sick. We are becoming, the immune system is becoming down, our health is becoming down. We start having many other diseases, just like the virus of HIV and AIDS, how it messes around in the body. It just downgrades the body if the body is not taken care of. So this is what is happening with our inside body cells. If it is not nurtured by being given the correct nutrients and in the enough optimal amounts, this internal system, the cell's efficiency starts deteriorating. So we are saying that such as these body reactions indicate that something is not quite balanced at bioactive substances and nutrients. Bioactive substance, also known as nutrients, and the cell reactions level. Most such body discomforts and pains may be eliminated by adjusting one's lifestyle and diet. And that is what the researchers have told us, that we must change our lifestyle. We cannot only eat one type of food only. We can only eat one type of starch and only one type of vegetable, day in and day out and day in and day out. We must eat vegetables in variety. We must eat the carbohydrates in variety and when they are refined. And we must also exercise our bodies. We should not sit. It is important for each one to analyze their day. How did I spend my day? Did I go up the stairs today? Did I walk to the stage? Did I go around doing this and doing that? How did I start? Did I take time to exercise my body? We must take time to exercise our bodies in one form or another. You don't necessarily have to go to a gym. A gym requires you pay money. If you don't have the money, that does not mean that you cannot do exercise. If you are walking to the market, if you are doing your daily chores, when you have time in your house, you find that the body is exercised. The body is exercised, and you are helping the internal organs to work faster. You are helping the cell reactions to move faster. And that is the lifestyle changes that are required in modern times. So such lifestyle changes, as we have been advised by the medical researchers and nutritionists, is to increase our body exercise. We must reduce stress. We are living in very stressful moments, very stressful times. There is so much stress. People are so stressed. We must eat well-balanced and wholesome diet with increased intake of fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, nuts, seeds, and good oils. Well-balanced and wholesome diet. A balanced diet, we know that our food supply, our nutrient supply must come from 5 categories of foods. Must come from carbohydrates, must come from proteins, must come from fats and oils, must come from vitamins, must come from minerals, and 8 glasses of water a day. And so to supply these categories of nutrients, we must have the carbohydrate portion, the portion that supplies us with carbohydrates for energy, the portion that supplies us with proteins for building blocks, for building and maintenance, for building the immunity. And we must have fruits and vegetables which provide the minerals, the broad range of minerals, vitamins, and other substances. So if we can, in our balanced diet, we may need to include wholesome substances, wholesome nutrient supplies, wholesome nutrient sources, with increased intake of fruits, vegetables, herbs and spices are very important. Herbs and spices are also giving us very good chemicals that are very, very, very helpful, giving us a lot of good and helping the whole system to generate wellness. Seeds and good oils. Oils are very, very, very important. Oils are very, very important. Most of the oils that we eat from the market provide us molecules known as omega-6 fatty acids. But we also need omega-3. We also need omega-3 fatty acids in our blood system so that there is a ratio of 1 to 1, a ratio of 1 to 1, omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are obtained from oily fish. They are obtained from seeds of pumpkin seeds. And you find that there are communities that even from childhood, they never eat fish. There are communities who never see fish anywhere. Omega-3s also may come from seeds, from whole grains, You see, wheat, rice, beans, all types of legumes, all these corn, all these are seeds, and every seed has got a germ which provides oil and proteins that prepares for the young plant. And from this oil, it is possible to get good oils, good fatty acids, good oils that will help the body in its biochemical functions. So that's why it is so important to eat wholesome diet. Our milled flour must come from whole grains. Our wheat flour must come from whole wheat grains. Our maize flour must come from whole maize grains. Our rice must be brown rice and refined rice, so that we can obtain all these oils that are very good for the building the body, connective tissue. The oil is required for the cell walls. The oil is required to protect the body from inflammation. The oils are so important. What is dangerous is the oils that we get from animal fats. We eat a lot of roasted meat, a lot of roasted meat in this country, a lot of roasted meat. And with it, we consume a lot of saturated fatty acids that are dangerous. We need 6 to 7 hours sleep pattern. We need to regulate our indulgences, which come from cravings and addictions. Many times you hear somebody say, I could eat a whole cake on my own. I could eat a whole carton of chips. I can eat all those biscuits. I could eat them all by myself. You see, that is an indulgence. An indulgence is when one consumes too much of something every day, and you feel that you cannot break from it. You feel like you must have this thing, and you keep saying, how I like this thing. I can't do with this thing. When you find yourself doing that, you must know that you have become a victim of a craving and also an addiction. You are not the one who like it. It is your body which is demanding for the chemicals in that food. And it is important that you understand this. It's important that you understand this so that you make the effort in our journey to wellness, in your journey to wellness, so that you may fight these cravings and addictions and stop this. And as we have learned ourselves, we have learned from experience. I myself, I know what it means to be in an indulgence and to be craving and to be addicted to certain foods. But I realize once you change your diet system, your diet has got enough whole carbohydrates, your diet has got the protein source, and you have a variety of fruits and vegetables consistently, you find that the cravings just disappear. Because this broad range of supply of nutrients, it brings a satiety. You feel that the body is satiated, it is satisfied. It is just satisfied. You are not full in the stomach. The stomach is not full and puffed and bloated and you could drop and because of the weight of the food in the stomach and the heaviness. But you are light. You have eaten a food that is nutrient dense. A food that is nutrient dense will automatically destroy cravings and addictions without any kind of concoctions of drugs. Drinking 8 glasses of purified water daily. It is important that we take water every day, 8 glasses. You find that some people don't take water. And even by evening, by 9 o'clock in the evening, when they are passing their urine is just like oranges. That is not correct. It is by evening your urine should be clear, because you have taken your 8 glasses of water. The glasses, they help your system to remove water soluble toxins, water soluble wastes. There are wastes in the body, biochemical wastes in the body, which are not water soluble and which cannot be removed by water. They can only be removed by nutrients. And also, because of the broad base we are going to see ahead, the broad spectrum of nutrients, of bioactive substances required in the body, you'll find that you will always have nutrition gaps. There will be nutrient gaps. You'll not be able to meet all the nutrient levels, optimal levels. And that is why supplements are always recommended. We also recommend that one supplement with supplements which are derived from food blueprint to close nutrient gaps. After intensive research, science has now proved that the body bioactive substances requirement goes beyond the 5 known food categories. In the previous slide, we have talked about the 5 categories which are traditionally known. And we have lived with that, we have worked with that, we have depended on that. I myself, as a student of biology, I have eaten white carbohydrates and in big proportions. I have eaten stewed my food for many years with meat, and I have said I'm eating well. I have thought that I'm eating well. I'm eating meat. I'm eating starches. I'm eating my vegetables, one type of vegetable only. And I thought I am there. But carbohydrates, if carbohydrates that we are eating is white carbohydrates, those carbohydrates have really nothing. They are just carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates that go to shoot our blood sugar. They just go to shoot our blood sugar and also raise the insulin level so high. If you are consuming a lot of carbohydrates, let's say 3 times in a day, 7 days in a week, 12 months in a year, you can imagine 365 days in a year, how many meals of large portions of carbohydrates is that? You can also imagine how much insulin has to be produced by the pancreas all the time within that 1 year to regulate, remove the excess sugar from the blood. And our traditional way of thinking about carbohydrates are just white rice is okay, white maize flour meal is okay. To date, we have been taught different things. Medical researchers and nutritionists and other esteemed researchers like cell biologists, all these people have come out with incredible information all over the world. This information is agreeing all over the world that carbohydrates, when it comes to carbohydrates, let us eat wholesome carbohydrates that have not been refined, because they are going to be digested slowly, they are going to release the glucose slowly, and they will also regulate how much insulin is being produced in the body. Our categories, 5 categories, traditional categories: carbohydrates, proteins, fats and oils, vitamins and minerals. But to date, scientists have also found out, they have brought us so wonderful information that everybody needs to know, because it is not being taught in the basic science level, that our bodies require much more bioactive substances more than these ones which are categorized in these levels. There are other substances which comes broadly from fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, and fruits and vegetables in broad variety, herbs and spices in broad variety. Our carbohydrates coming in our wholesome states, coming, if it is corn, if it is maize, let it be whole maize. And our proteins coming from plant proteins. Plant proteins with we say that animal proteins are good, but they come up with fats which are not good. And so consumption of animal proteins must be regulated. We also mentioned there about fats and oils, how important they are, and why we need to eat seeds, all legumes and corn and grains and legumes. They are seeds and they have got good oils and they have got good proteins. And they'll help us if we adjust our diet in this way and also include a lot of fruits and vegetables in broad varieties, in many colors. All the colors of vegetables and fruits represents some important bioactive substance. So we are talking about nutrient supply in our journey in search for wellness. In our journey in search for wellness, we are talking about this supply of nutrients into our bodies. How are we going to supply nutrients into our bodies? We are not talking about satisfying hunger here. We are not talking about satisfying hunger. We are talking about supplying nutrients into our bodies through food substances. And again, we must continue engaging with what our esteemed researchers, medical researchers, nutritionists, cell biologists, biochemists, what they have been doing. A lot of research has brought out new knowledge that we did not learn in school, that we need to take and make use of it. We are told that the body bioactive chemicals requirement is so broad, the spectrum is so large, it is so wide that is beyond the carbohydrates, proteins, fats and oils, vitamins and minerals. It is beyond that. We need more. There are other categories which come from foods that were not before identified in these categories. And they are being identified as plant chemicals or phytochemicals. There are also enzymes. There are also enzymes which are found in the raw foods, enzymes found in the fruits, enzymes found in some vegetables that can be eaten in salads, which also help the body big time. I have had this experience with raw vegetables and fruits, especially when I take an antibiotic. When I take an antibiotic in my body, which destroys all my good bacteria, and I cannot digest food easily. But after taking some raw vegetables and some fruits, I find that the enzymes in the fruits and the vegetables, they start restoring my gut system once again. We are saying that this wide spectrum of biochemical supplies keeps the cells nourished, detoxified, and empowered to fight diseases that originate from within and also from outside the body. This broad range of biochemical supplies that we are talking about, they have very good function inside the cells. because they help nourish the cells. They help in the detoxification of toxins. They help in fighting diseases which come from or within the body, and also the ones that come from outside. Diseases that come from outside are the ones that are brought by viruses and bacteria. Others brought by food poisonings because of foods that we pick that are not very clean. But we have seen that the diseases of modern times that are causing a lot of havoc, the ones we are calling degenerative diseases, are originating from within the body because of the inefficiency of our chemical work of the cells. And this inefficiency of the chemical work also come about because of poor supply of the bioactive substances. And we have learned that if we change our lifestyle in our diet supply, we add a broad range of bioactive substances into our body. Some of these troubles that we are experiencing will start being reversed. Being reversed slowly by slowly. I myself started this journey some time back, and within the last several years, I have seen the power of what the scientists have said. That today at my age, I'm in the age where people have to read their books from a distance. My eyes went that far. I could only read from a distance and with glasses. But after changing my lifestyle and diet and continuing with my research to learn more and more, today I surprise myself when I take a newspaper and I start reading a newspaper without the reading glasses. That is awesome. That is a nutrient miracle. Nutrient miracle in that restoring the macular degeneration in my eyes. So we have talked in length about the supply, importance of supply of nutrients in our bodies. That eating food is not about making us satisfied because we are hungry. It's not taking a whole plate of rice, swallowing it, so that and we feel that we are filled up. Eating is about supplying good nutrients and a broad range of nutrients into our bodies. Again, another way that eating has also been abused a lot. Eating has been abused for entertainment, especially when we have to just get together and be happy and enjoy each other's company and just eat ourselves crazy. Hog too much meat, hog so much roasted meat, drink so much beer for hours and hours. We are eating meat, eating roast meats, and drinking a lot of beer. Or I just sit down and just take a whole big cake, and because I can't, I have to satisfy this indulgence. I just munch a whole cake. I munch it. I say that I'm enjoying it, and I just swallow it. Or eating food with a lot of animal fat. Just because we like the taste, we enjoy the taste, we don't know what that food goes to do when it leaves our mouth and goes down. It is difficult to retrieve it. It must go and do something. What does it go to do inside there? So we have talked about the supply of nutrients. We are talking about the journey to wellness, the journey in search for wellness. It is to understand these critical traps that we have all become victims of. We have become victims of all these indulgence traps, where we think that this is good for me because it is meat, it is protein, but it is death, eating death slowly by slowly. And we are also talking about this insufficiency in supply. Insufficiency in supply for so many years. You find that people of my age, after insufficiency of supply for so many years, you find that people's lives and health have been just crippled down because of something that should have been done if the knowledge was found. Therefore, insufficient supply of good oils, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals for a long time brings decreased efficiency in bioactive substances reactions in the cells. So when these nutrients are in poor supply for so many years, we have seen that the efficiency of the bioactive substances reactions in the cells will also decrease. And that is what we brings to decreased efficiency, and this is called what you are calling degeneration. Our cells are degenerating in their function, and our health and our wellness is degenerating, is deteriorating. We are falling in diseases, and it is a cycle, it's a spiral downwards until a change is made. So this insufficiency of these critical products for a long time, it also affects the autoimmune system. It affects the autoimmune system, where the immune system of the body, there's a way that it fights viruses, there's a way it fights cells that are misbehaving, malfunctioning cells in the body. So that is why it is called autoimmune system. So if the nutrients are not in good supply, this system is going to suffer big time. And you find where it is protective, especially in malfunctioning way of cell division. This inefficiency or insufficient supply of nutrients will also affect the detoxifying of toxins. We have seen that the body has got many trillions of bioactive substances which are engaging together, which are reacting together continuously every second. There are reactions which are taking place, which are helped by the enzymes all the time, and they are producing new things. And they are also producing toxins. They are producing waste. Some waste can be dissolved in the water and passed out as urine. Some wastes cannot be removed by water. Some waste, insoluble waste or waste that cannot be removed by water, they need to be changed and transformed by the presence of some nutrients. So if the nutrients are insufficient, they affect the detoxifying of toxins. And if these toxins continue to stay in our cells, they will slowly find access to the DNA. They have slowly find access to go and damage the DNA or to cause mutation in our cells. And this is the importance of nutrients, the importance of broad range nutrients, especially nutrients that come from vegetables, fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices. These are the ones which are being called phytochemicals and enzymes. These are very, very helpful in this work of cleansing system. So if these supplies are insufficient, they affect the autoimmune system, the detoxifying of toxins, cleansing of the internal media, and exposes the DNA to damage. Cleansing of the internal media. The physiological and biochemical function of the cell, of the body system, to give you and generate for you and me wellness, must have a cleansing system to cleanse the cells and the internal fluid medium of all wastes and get them to outside. Otherwise, when these waste stay in the body for a long time and in the cell, we are exposing the DNA to great damage, which is bringing the onset of cancer. Sedentary living. Sedentary living is a life of no activity, sitting, driving, sitting, sleeping, sleeping. We sit at work for long. We are working active, but we are sitting while going home. At home, we sit, we eat and we go and sleep, wake up early in the morning, get in the car and sit, driving, sit again for 365 days, a few days only. We are not in that kind of state. And this is bringing a situation of very, very, very little movement, active movement in the muscles or even in the organs. And in essence, what it is doing is that the efficiency of the body's physiology, the activity, the working of the organs together, it is also slowing down. Sedentary living ensures has the effect of slowing down the activities of the body, the activities of the organs. It has the effect of slowing down the reactions that we have seen in the cells. They will not go as fast. There is no demand for them to go as quickly as possible. You find that the delivery of oxygen to the brain and to the cells is not as fast. The removal of carbon dioxide from the cells to the outside, it is not efficient. You find that the lungs will not be able to expand enough to collect enough oxygen and to expel a lot of carbon dioxide. And also the transportation, the blood flow. The blood flow is so reduced because there is no activity in the body. The body is quiet and just, and it's just at rest. This kind of living is very, very dangerous living. Science has already shown that sedentary living is as bad as a life which doesn't have correct nutrients. Sedentary living is equivalent, it goes hand in hand to the supply of nutrients. Because even if you supply good nutrients, broad range of nutrients, and you are not active, it means that the body will still not have the quick capacity to process and excrete the wastes. Sedentary living denies the cells of enough oxygen and the benefits of increased speed of reaction. We have talked about a lot of research. A lot of research has been going on all over the world for the last so many years to try and solve these problems that have overtaken modern humanity. It's a situation or circumstance or environment that tend to cause people to start suffering in their lives so early and to suffer for a very long time. And death becomes so expensive and so painful. While our forefathers lived long, full lives, and they never suffered. When the life came to an end, they just slept and went to the other side. But there is a big change in modern living, and a lot of research has gone on. And one company I have engaged in, I've interacted with their products, I have seen their products, is Neolife Genetic. I've interacted with their products, the efficiency of their product, and the effectiveness of their products. GNLD, Neolife GNLD, brings to you quality products. It has brought to us quality products that are efficient and effective. These are supplements. Food supplements that are derived from foods. They are concentrates that if my body has suffered deficiency for a very long time, the cells would benefit a lot from the supply of 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 such nutrients. For example, a product like carotenoid complex. Carotenoid complex is a product that is made nutrients, carotenoids, which come from fruits and vegetables, colored fruits and vegetables, which are rich in carotenoids. And when you take it within 3 weeks, it improves the immunity big time. I have testimony and evidence of the effectiveness and efficiency of these products. And that is why I'm taking this step to tell you that you can depend on the products of GNLD to close the gaps, to close nutrient gaps, improve your diet, improve your lifestyle, do your exercises, but because of the nutrient demand is so large of bioactive substances. It is also wise to supplement so that we can close these gaps and increase the efficiency of our cells. That way, our cells and the bioactive nutrients will generate for us wellness. What are we saying? In our journey in search for wellness, it is important for us to know, where does wellness come from? How can we help ourselves generate for us wellness and longevity? What can we do? Is there something I can do? Is it okay if I continue with my life without having to bother about this problem? You feel it's a big problem. It's too complicated. It is only the doctor who can understand my problem, and my doctor will take care of my body. But even the doctor will tell you that there is something you can do that you ensure the efficiency and the body of the body's immune system and other systems that we have mentioned in, and the cell reaction systems, so that the whole being and the soul can generate for you wellness, you and me, wellness and longevity. So we are saying that Neolife GNLD brings to you quality products, efficient and effective, that are broad spectrum concentrates of vital nutrients derived from the food blueprint, which was designed for the human body. The products of this well-esteemed company, renowned and have been in operation for over 48 years, are derived from the foods that we eat. The food that was designed for our human body. Some foundational products are Formula 4 Plus, Trienen, Omega-3 Salmon Oil, Pro-Vitality Plus, Multi, Carotenoid Complex, Flavonoid Complex, Cruciferous Plus, NutriShake, Vita Squares, VitaGuard, to mention just a few. These are just a few of the products from Neolife. And this work and the efficiency and the effectiveness of this work, they just puts a signature to what we have just talked about the broad spectrum of nutrients which are required in the body. You find that modern living and modern challenges and commitments, because of work and the time you have to spend in work, you find that modern people are hit so hard because they hardly have time to make good food. They hardly have time to look for the correct food in the market. And because of this, you find that most people spend a lot of time and focus on the responsibility that has been given to them. They have big responsibilities. They have big responsibilities which they have to deliver on. And most times, there is no health nutrition, no health diet at the workplace. People have to work with what they have can find. People have to work with chicken and chips, white rice and very little vegetables, beef. That is what people, rarely will you find many places with having indigenous foods like morenda, like morenda and mokimo, and all these good foods that we have eaten in this part of the world. And so these products just comes to confirm to us that we need a broad spectrum of nutrients. And in our journey to wellness, in our journey in search for wellness, it is to understand the demand of our body for nutrients, and where we can get these nutrients, and how we can supply these nutrients, and how we can help our cells work out or metabolize these nutrients by being active, by the bodies being active, making the machine active to strengthen the muscles and the bones and the organs. I trust that that short discussion about individual journey in search for wellness has been helpful, like a key to open a great door that enables every person to enter into the world of wellness solutions. There is a lot of wellness solutions that have been provided. The researchers have done their part. It is their part to take what they have found and make use of it. This key to wellness is brought to you by Mbogwa of Eden Cellular Wellness Solutions. If this key has helped unlock a door to your wellness solutions, please send me an email at eds.cellularsolutions@gmail.com or send me an SMS on 0790-487-439. And please share this key to wellness with others. Please share your discovered journey in search for wellness with others. Thank you for listening.